Mensa, this afternoon you're going to help me put the compost in the zai holes. As soon as the rain arrives, we'll be able to sow our sorghum and millet. I will also plant cowpeas, groundnuts, earth pea, da, sogo, and hibiscus.
Wow, all this.
Yes, these are seeds that we've been selecting for a long time. They are well adapted for here and conserve well. And with all these crops, I can cook you different dishes that are good for your health. These seeds are very important for our community. They are our cultural identity.
Look, Mama, soon the fruits of the shea tree will be ripe.
Well, yes, this is one of our other productions like cowpea and all the other leafy vegetables in our fields, which are very important for our diet.
Good afternoon. How are you? And how is your family? How is the planting season shaping up?
Good afternoon. How are things at home? How's your health? Well, Moussa has prepared the zai holes, so we'll be ready for the first rains.
Oh, I've started spraying the field to get rid of the weed. But the product got more expensive again this year, and I'm still waiting for the cooperative to call us for the seeds and fertilizers. If they arrive too late, we will have problems if the rain sets in.
But didn't you select and save your seeds last year?
No, for the last 3 years, I've been taking seeds from the store because I was told they produce earlier. But now I find I have to buy them every year. And if you want them to produce as much as they say, you need enough bags of fertilizer. And I have the impression that every year I have to buy more. And it's more and more expensive. I don't even know if I will be able to afford it this year. I wonder if I should have kept my parents' seeds. I can see that with a good soil like yours, they are very productive and you have fewer expenses.
Yes, I can also see that since you've been spraying your fields with herbicide, your wife can't find enough leafy vegetables to pick for your sauce. And yet that's what gives you the health to work in the field. We were talking about this the other day with our auntie.
I'm beginning to realize that you have got a point right.
Hello. Fanta, some people from a project are at the village chief's house. He sent me to get you. They want to talk to the Women's Association about your seeds. I think they are from the research station and a university from abroad. They want you to give them some of your seeds so they can improve them for you.
Tell him that the president of the Women's Association is on her way.
Yesterday, some foreigners came to propose a seed project with a woman. I called Fanta, the president of the Village Women's Association. We are lucky to have her because she has participated in many meetings of peasant organizations. She knows a lot about this issue.
Good morning. May we have a good day, peace and health for our families. I spoke with these people to understand their objectives before our association takes a decision, because even though they may be well-intentioned in helping us, it is important to understand what is happening around seeds today. In order to increase their profits, transnational agrochemical companies want to deprive us of our seed autonomy by imposing uniform commercial seeds on us, or even genetically modified organisms. Yet they create these new seeds in laboratories from all the diversity that our ancestors and communities have developed, conserved, and selected over thousands of years.
Yesterday, I explained to Fanta the difficulties that I'm facing with the seeds that I have to buy, the fertilizer and pesticides. Our chat made me think a lot. We must do everything we can to continue growing our seeds in our fields. Without chemical products, we will be much healthier and better prepared to face increasingly irregular rains.
Yes, and we must also protect our peasant seed systems and our right to seeds through laws. I learned at a recent meeting that the situation has further evolved in recent years. Instead of coming to us to ask for our seeds, the companies are now using new technologies called genetic sequencing to appropriate our seeds and our knowledge. Using computers, they create huge databases containing genetic information and then file patents.
What does that mean?
This would mean that a gene that gives a plant an identified character, such as drought resistance or its nutritional value, would belong to them. And if it is found in our seeds, they say that the seed is theirs and we must pay for it. So whenever we give our seeds to someone, we have to make sure it will not undermine our rights.
But that's crazy. Because they have a machine, they can decide to become the owner of our seed? Explain to us concretely what we can do to defend ourselves. What is our right to seeds?
Seed is perceived differently depending on the interests of the various actors. For some, like private companies, it is a resource to be appropriated with which to conquer markets and generate profits. This is why they want states to establish rules for their marketing and ownership. But seeds are also considered part of biodiversity and the environment. States must therefore establish rules for their conservation and sustainable management, especially as biological diversity is rapidly diminishing, partly due to industrial agriculture. And public and private research institutions have collected seeds from our fields and put them in big refrigerators, which they call gene banks, to conserve them for the future, but also to select new varieties.
But what about us, the peasant farmers?
For us farming communities, seeds are the basis of our identity and of food production. Therefore, seeds are the basis of our food and self-determination. You can live without a car or air conditioning, but you cannot live without seeds. Our right to seeds is a fundamental human right, and states must recognize and protect our peasant seed systems. That is our ways of collectively managing our seeds. Many countries around the world have recognized the rights of peasant farmers over their seeds in international documents, such as a treaty of the FAO, the International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture, also called Seed Treaty, or in the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Peasants and Other People Working in Rural Areas. The right to seeds is, among others, the right to save, use, exchange, and sell the seeds that we select in our fields. It is also our right to protect our traditional knowledge, practices, and innovations, which means that nobody must steal our seeds or knowledge. Moreover, we have the right to decide ourselves which seeds and crops we want to grow. Nobody must impose any type of seeds on us, and we have the right to participate in all decisions regarding seeds.
All right, but is this applied in our countries?
That's precisely the problem. There are few countries who implement these rights in national laws. At the same time, the seed companies put a lot of pressure to ensure that their economic interests are protected, while limiting our rights. Therefore, we must demand that our governments respect and apply our rights. What is crucial is not to separate our seeds from our collective management systems. Otherwise, we expose them to the risk of privatization. It is important to note that the majority of seeds that are cultivated in our countries stem from our peasant seed systems. Instead of recognizing only the commercial seed system, which is copied from the West, our country should come to terms with reality and protect our peasant seed systems. They are legitimate, productive, and they preserve biodiversity.
So, you who goes to all these meetings should act with the decision makers to make them understand.
Yes, by putting forward our demands and engaging in dialogue with the authorities, we can inform them so that they understand that it is in the interest of the populations and remind them that they have obligations under the international texts that they have signed. Other countries have already taken steps. The food sovereignty of our country is a priority.
And what should we do?
The most important thing is to bring our peasant seeds to life in our territories and to ensure their quality according to our collective rules. We are the ones who know how to select good seeds. We have always done it. A good seed germinates well, is carefully selected in the field with the good and diverse characteristics of the variety. It is also carefully cleaned, well conserved, without visible disease. Our seeds provide us not only with food but also with health. By putting them into circulation within our networks, we can ensure their renewal and evolution. The states must recognize these practices and protect our peasant seed systems in our country's laws. They must prevent that the companies grab our seeds.
Tomorrow is the local fair. We will share all this information with the others. I will inform my fellow chiefs and will look for local allies and get organized. You, Fanta, will go to the capital to speak with the leaders of peasant organizations and together ask for an audience with the minister. The Coasp-Mali chiefs will be ready to support you.